How is this one going to end? Montana lines up at the 5. And on 3rd down and 3.
Hello, Iona College. Welcome back, and we're here with what everybody's waiting for, the NBA segment. And let's recap last night's big games. Last night, Rob, my Miami Heat got a big win against the Clippers, 102-97. Thought it was a nice win for the Heat. Dwayne Wade looked pretty sharp last night, poured in a lot of buckets. He was hitting the mid-range shot, looked pretty good last night. The Clippers, though, they have a lot of work to do. You can see the frustration in Doc's face. I think the key to this team is if they have those high expectations, Blake Griffin has got to improve his all-around game. He just doesn't play well enough around from the basket. He's so predictable because you know he's not going to take the mid-range shots. If he's not directly under the basket, he's very predictable. He just can't hit those mid-range shots. Got to improve the free throws. This team, I think, goes as far as Blake can take them. Chris Paul can only do so much, and if you don't have Blake Griffin improving, I think he's got a lot of things to work on, and I don't know. I'm sure it's very frustrating for Doc, Rob. But what are your thoughts on the Clippers? I know you were pretty high on them.
I think Doc Rivers has changed Jordan and Griffin. Their rebounding has been extraordinary so far this year, Joe. These guys are on the boards like crazy. But like you said, Blake has to become an outside shooter.
Absolutely.
You can dunk 1,000 times, and dunking is that's all he can do is dunk the ball. That's all he's good for is dunking, and Chris Paul doing all the work, passing the ball, and him just finishing it off. This Clippers team, they should be improving. It's just the first couple weeks, 6 games in only, but I feel Doc Rivers has really changed them so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's solid points. Blake has got to develop that outside shot. I mean, I agree. The rebounding is really what's going to help them out, especially against teams like the Heat. I mean, if they were going to play them, the rebounding is key to beat a team like that, and they definitely have guys who can rebound the basketball. They've just got to develop the other aspects of their game. The other big game last night, Rob, was the Lakers and the Rockets. The Lakers getting a big win, 99-98. Steve Blake with that awesome game winner. And the Lakers, I don't know, I think they might be a little better than we expected. I kind of like the way this team is playing right now with Pau Gasol. Guys like Jordan Farmar are stepping up. I kind of think this team could do better than we expected. What do you?
Yeah, I think so. Jordan Farmar, when he left the Lakers, I said it when he first left after winning the championship. I said, this is a big mistake. That point guard, he's a smart kid. He knows what he's doing on the court, and it's great to see him back here. Steve Nash is just about at the end of his career.
Absolutely. He doesn't look good.
Nick Young is playing good so far. Wesley Johnson looked pretty decent last night. Steve Blake, though, hitting that key shot over Dwight Howard, and you know what? That must feel really good hitting it over Dwight Howard after he leaves your team like that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a picture-perfect moment for the Lakers right there. I'm sure they don't want to forget about that one. But Dwight, let's go on to Dwight, Rob. All the talk this morning has been about Dwight missing. He missed 11 of 16 free throws. He's just a liability, and it showed last night. In the crunch time, the Lakers sent him to the free throw line, and he couldn't get it done. And I think there's no excuse not making free throws. When you're a guy like him, you can't miss your free throws, Rob.
Yeah, I could definitely hit more free throws than him. I'm not a great shooter, but I could do more than that. But Dwight Howard, come on, man, you're in the professional level. You can't miss 11 free throws. Look, you lost by 1 point last night. You hit 5 of those, you win the game. You actually hit 2 free throws, you win the game. And it's like, come on, you gotta get better. It's like, these past couple years, you're one of the worst free throw shooters, and you think you would go over the summer, let me practice on this, let me get better. But no, he doesn't do that. And this is something he needs to focus on. That's what killed him in LA. And look, people are going to still take advantage where they foul him with the off ball. You know how it's going to be, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's embarrassing. I really do. I think it's embarrassing that he's missing these free throws. How could you tell me in the off season it's not your main priority to get better from the free throw line? How many more things could you have to work on? Because I got to tell you, Dwight Howard, out of all the supposed superstars, I think he's the one who's the least improved his game. I think he's satisfied with where his game has been, and I don't think he's continuing to improve his game. The great ones like LeBron, even every season, what do you hear from LeBron? I'm a better basketball player now than I was the season before. He puts in all that work to improve on a game that's already about as good as it can possibly be. And I don't see that commitment from Dwight Howard. And when you're not working on your free throws, that's just showing that you're not putting in that effort, that extra work that it requires to take you to a championship level. LeBron won 2 in a row, and I know Houston's got all these aspirations and stuff, but if you don't have Dwight putting in the work it takes, like getting better with free throws, I don't think this Houston team is going to go anywhere. But that's it. That's my little Dwight Howard rant right there. But we'll go into it, Rob. I want to hear, what are the teams that, so far into the season, we're a couple games, but we've seen a lot of basketball so far. What are teams that are really standing out to you so far?
So far, Joe, I like the Indiana Pacers. This team is just explosive. Paul George is putting up incredible numbers. I really didn't expect him coming out the door, putting up 28 points, 30 points a game. This guy is just scoring like crazy. The whole team's playing great. Roy Hibbert's in the zone. The other team I like is the Phoenix Suns. Now, Joe, you know this team. They traded for Eric Bledsoe in the offseason, and a lot of people don't think that he was going to be this explosive. This kid is shooting so accurate from the field, shooting about over 50%, I would say. And he's passing the ball, he's rebounding, he's just playing great.
Really is. They've done better than I expected too. My two teams here is, I agree with you on the Pacers. I think cohesively they look so good all together. I mean, all facets of that game. They can rebound, they can go up and down the floor without getting too tired, they can shoot, they can do it all. Paul George's continued improvement is amazing. This kid is a superstar in this league. He can do it all. Makes his teammates better. He finds them, gets the assists there. He rebounds the basketball effectively. He scores. He really improved his scoring. He's just been unbelievable, and I got to tell you, I'm more concerned for the Heat now than at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, I thought, the Heat still had enough to do what it took to get past the Pacers. But I think if they face the Pacers again in the playoffs this year, I don't know if the Heat can beat them. I really don't, because this team is younger. They're getting better. Paul George is a better basketball player. Roy Hibbert's a better basketball player. I think the key for this Pacer team is they've got to cut down the turnovers. If they cut down on the turnovers, I'm really concerned for Miami, because I think this team really has a good shot. And I'm scared for this team, Rob. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm scared for Miami. I'm sorry, Joe. You know me.
Yeah.
This Pacers team, I think, could actually win the championship this
I
year.
agree. I really do.
And Danny Granger, he's not back, but I think he's going to be a good product. I don't see him fitting into the starting rotation. I think he'll be a good product coming off the bench. Indiana has one of the best benches this offseason that they put together.
Absolutely. I mean, you just brought it up. I didn't even think about it. Danny Granger, we haven't even seen him on this team yet. Scoring off the bench is critical in the playoffs, and if you can bring a guy like him off the bench for that team, man, I don't want to talk about the Pacers anymore because I'm getting more nervous for the Heat, but we'll get back to them, I'm sure. And my next team, Rob, is the Golden State Warriors. I'm a big Golden State Warriors fan, and they've just been, I think they might be the best offensive team in basketball. I think off the bench with Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, Festus Ezeli, depth on the bench is key. They have very good depth on the bench, and I think the key for them is they've got to continue to improve on defense. If they continue to improve on defense, they might be one of the top 3 teams in the West, because offensively they've shown you they can put up points without much trouble. I mean, Andre Iguodala running the floor has been unbelievable. Stephen Curry can shoot. Klay Thompson has got some of the best mechanics I've ever seen. He's just lighting it up from beyond the arc. David Lee's a double-double machine. And Andrew Bogut, as long as he's healthy and he can rebound the ball, put in a couple points here and there, I really, really like this Warriors team. Really like what I've seen from them. They're playing San Antonio tonight. That should be a pretty interesting game. But, Rob, what are your thoughts on the Warriors?
I like the Warriors. You know me, how I said it when we picked our top 25. I had them up there at number 3, the Warriors. The top seeded to finish in the West. And I think they should have a great year this year. Curry, needs to cut down the turnovers. Mark Jackson said that the other day. He really needs to cut down. He had 11 turnovers the other night. He's doing great, though. He's passing the ball, scoring a lot of points. Iggy's doing his job. I'm amazed by Iguodala, what he's done with this team.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
David Lee, the great machine, the great double-double machine. My Knicks should have kept him when we got Stoudemire, but no, we traded him away. Andrew Bogut, just like you said, when he's healthy, he'll rebound. He'll score about 8 points a game, but he'll rebound for you. And then Klay Thompson, you know him, Joe. He's the guy who'll just explode one night. He'll go off every other night.
Can't say enough about that team. I mean, there's so much. Can you think of a more fun team to watch? I mean, they're young, they're athletic, they go up and down the court. I love watching the Warriors play. They're one of the most fun teams in the NBA to play. But Rob, you mentioned your Knicks back there, so let's get to your Knicks, Rob. Why don't you tell us, Rob, what's up with the Knicks? What's the problem?
Tyson Chandler broke his leg.
Tyson Chandler broke his leg. I like the way you stated that, Rob.
Yeah. So to my fellow Knicks fans, we just lost all of our rebounding.
Yeah.
And we're going back to a smaller lineup, which means Carmelo's going to be doing all the work on the board.
That's trouble.
Because I don't expect Bargnani to do anything.
No.
The only person I'm telling you right now, Joe, the only person I like on this Knicks team right now is Ron Artest. He's the only person I think's putting in pretty decent numbers. Carmelo, yeah, he's scoring 23 points a game. But come on, dude, you're shooting 9 for 27. Come on, show some pride. At least have an accurate shooting game.
That's the problem. I mean, Carmelo, yeah, he's scoring like that, but it's very deceiving because if you look, he's taken so many wasted possessions away. I mean, I really don't like what I'm seeing from the Knicks right now. If I'm a Knicks fan, I'm panicking. I'm hitting that button. I mean, Chandler, you mentioned that was a very good point. Where's the rebounding going to come from? I mean, the rebounding is going to be key, and Chandler, he's played great so far this year. He's really looked sharp on offense and defense, and I think that was my big concerns for them was if Chandler could really step up his offensive game, and I think he did work on that because you could tell here in the season he was playing very good offensively. So that's a really big loss, Rob. Here's the key, Rob. They've got to beat the Bobcats tonight, Rob. And don't sleep on the Bobcats. They've played very well this year. Kemba Walker, I've really been high on this kid. I think he's improved his game every single year. I like Kemba Walker a lot, Rob. And the key is if Al Jefferson's going to play. If Al Jefferson's going to play, Rob, who's going to get the rebounds for the Knicks?
Oh, nobody. Al Jefferson will destroy you on the inside. You don't want to be fighting with that guy. That guy will smash you right underneath the hoop.
Absolutely. I mean, if Al Jefferson is playing this game, I think the Bobcats should win this game pretty easily because they're going to control the boards. They're going to get every rebound in this game. But the Knicks, their backs are against the wall. Rob, are they going to step up and get a win here?
I think this one's tough. I'm going to go with a loss for this game.
Wow.
Just for the fact that Al Jefferson's playing, I'm going to go
Well, I don't know if he's playing. I'm not sure. We're not sure yet. I'm sure we'll find out in a couple hours, but I agree with you there. I think if Al Jefferson plays, I think I'm going to go with the Bobcats, but the Knicks are a mess right now, but their backs are against the wall, so we'll see if they can step up. It's all going to be on Al Jefferson. That's the key to the game there. He's not playing. The Knicks have a shot. He is playing. Good luck, Knicks fans. That's going to wrap up our NBA segment. When we come back, we're talking college basketball, doing Iona college basketball, the whole landscape of things. We're going to cover it all. We'll be right back.